Okay, basic plan is this group of units are going to do a lot of team attack spam. So we're going to have Priere use her extreme Mardock overload. Basically, within the turn, as long as she kills anything, she gets to attack again. And so she's going to be triggering a whole load of team attacks. And those team attacks are going to kill things, so she's going to get to attack again and do more team attacks. Christo's going to be one of the attackers, and his overload will also be used to give everyone 100% accuracy, because we really can't afford to miss. Adell and Zetta will be able to attackers, and then Zeroken will also be used because the bits kill people when they die, so we need some fodder units. Also, the bits are really tanky, and I can get more attacks out of Zeroken than I can out of Priere. So equipment-wise, the attackers have all got similar equipment. I'm usually not going to have the Genesis Wand and the Zillion's Buster equipped together. I've just got them equipped together at the start. So the fact that they've got basically redundant innocence doesn't matter, because they're usually only going to have one at a time. We've just got strong equipment to have loads of stats. All Digger is barely going to be used, but it's extra damage if they do attack from behind. Most important one that's on there is actually the Professional for extra quick damage. Watermelon Smasher on the Barefoot X. 50% more damage, but only half accuracy. Christo's Overload fixes that. The Innocents on less Innocents on they aren't going to help. Watersport Athlete is 20% more water damage. That's going to be kind of useful because at some point we're going to equip freezer weapons to turn our attacks water elemental. So for certain enemies we'll be dealing extra damage. And Overclocker just allows you to teleport around. Main thing is just we have loads of movement, we have loads of stats. Ability wise, they've all got the same ability, so they've got their own uniques. They've all got assault attack, so more damage the further you move. All got rage charge, which is every time you get attacked, increases attack adjustment or attacking power. We're going to take a whole load of attacks just entering the map, so that's going to build quickly. And Bushido is extra damage when attacking a single target, and we're killing enemies one by one with team attacks. Just see. See my thing's holding up. Okay. Unstable power. So they've all got unstable power. That's 50% more stats on turn 1. Every turn after that you lose 20% stats. We're winning this in one turn. Unconditional Love is 30% more attack adjustment or attacking power, but you gain no money. Whatever, don't really care. Like, I want the extra, I want the extra attacking power. Don't care about not getting money. Purgatory, 50% more critical damage, because we like more critical damage. I won't lose. When you're under half HP, increase damage shot by 40%. We're taking damage just entering the map. Yeah, getting under half HP is easy. Critical point, 30% more critical damage to non-adjacent targets. The way the team attacks work, none of these units are all going to be 2 tiles away from anyone they actually attack, because whoever initiates the team attack is going to be adjacent, but they're barely going to be doing anything. All the damage is going to be coming from the other units. Team formation, 100% more damage for team attacks. Impact charge works similarly to rage charge. Attack adjustment goes up every time you take a non-elemental attack. Well, yeah, Baal's base final attack is non-elemental. And reason for using each of these units. So yeah, I'm doing something absolutely horrible. Adell doesn't have a fist equipped. Whatever. I'm using him because his overload gives him 200% attack for a turn, which is pretty useful. Zetta's being used because of badass overlord. He's got enough, because he's got a whole bunch of reincarnations, he's essentially permanent plus 100% attack. It's an attack adjustment or attacking power, not the raw attack stat. And again, Christo's being used because we need that 100% accuracy from his overload. Equipment on Priere, weapon doesn't matter so much. This one's being used because that's the combo maker unique innocent on it. So basically she attacks an extra time, which is useful because we're trying to trigger as many team attacks as possible, and everything else is just for movement. And the Overclocker for teleporting. And ability wise, Curse Dance just to deal a little more damage, Angel Song to basically buff the people next to her so they can do more damage, and Final Blow I don't think even matters for this, but if something barely survives she'll attack again. Never Give Up. It says during a combo, what it actually does is if you do a combo skill or a team attack, you repeat it, and this happens up to 3 times, that's up to 3 repetitions. So, because with this alone, as long as every one of them is a team attack, that's 4 team attacks. Final Blow, if something barely lives, we'll give a 5th team attack, or even without Final Blow, we get that off the combo maker. We all get along, increases team attack chance for everyone on the map by 100%, so yeah, guaranteed, well 200%, so yeah, guaranteed team attacks. There's a build that does that, but it's just easier to have it on her so we don't have to roam to pass the bell. Charismatic Novice increases the stats of adjacent allies, which helps a bit just to reach helps everyone reach the stat cap more easily. And Majesty, just to get a little more damage. She decreases, it's actually the defense adjustment it reduces, so essentially we bypass a chunk of the enemy's defense or resistance. And then Zeroken, likewise, movement gear, though he doesn't need as much movement. Leak for combo maker, and gun because bullet set. He attacks again when a gun is equipped, and he's got combo maker, so he attacks again anyway. Never Give Up. Again, we're getting 4 attacks off that, and on top of that, Hasty Rush. The first time he attacks again. This will also apply to each of his clones. Like, he's being used for his overload. So each of his clones gets a freebie attack, an extra attack, and will attack 4 times anyway. So we're talking, we're talking 4 attacks from this, 5, 6, 7 with the unique innocent, and if it comes to it, Final Blow for an extra 1. Curse Dance. All the Zeroken clones will actually copy that, so as long as they're all floating around, everyone's dealing extra damage for every Zeroken clone. Angel Song, again, buffing people. So, as well as buffing people next to him when he's doing the team attacks, I'm going to be sticking him and his clones next to the attackers for more buffing. Licensed Caregiver. I can use an item in a cross shape or a plus shape instead of just on a single unit. So, use of this is going to be everyone enters the map, goes in and out of the base panel repeatedly to get damaged a lot, all the attackers get healed, and then with an item with Licensed Caregiver, and then repeat. Charismatic Novice is, again, buff adjacent allies. And Flowing Order and Underdog Bravery aren't going to matter. And yeah, that's not going to matter either. We have a bunch of elemental axes for when we want elements, because where possible we will be exploiting elemental weaknesses. Also, we'll be trying to exploit weapon weaknesses where possible. I have to be a tiny bit careful because Baal himself, like, resists all elements massively. It's like 50% resistance to everything. Oh, and somewhere in here we've got special curries for full healing. The active curry is a 2 billion HP curry that's Carnage Elixir main, Carnage Elixir sub 1, Carnage Elixir sub 2, 182 other Carnage Elixirs. So that's 185 total, plus 100 thimbles just for the usual 100% crit rate, which won't matter for this because we'll be in revenge mode anyway. Ignore the fact that I've got it set to full money and yeah, I've got everyone with abilities that prevents me gaining money. I don't really need anything else right now anyway. 1 max enemy strength. So, okay, it's time to murder things. So, yeah. We have basically everything on the map. But oddly enough, the Geosymbols have surprisingly low HP, but everything else is like capped stats. Oh, and for more fighting games, I think everything on this map has that. So yeah, max cheat shop stars, everything takes 20% less damage. It's like 25% less, I think it is. So yeah, that makes them even harder to kill. Also, on 20 stars, everything deals, well, except for the base final attack, everything deals about 6 times the damage. So yeah, if we end turn, we die. We do not survive ending turn. End of. Yeah. Usual Baal stuff. Hang on. Can't damage any of the bits until we kill the Baals. And yeah, the bits are all really spiteful. Whoever kills them dies, which is actually why we need, well, partly why we need Zeroken and his clones. Because if Priere triggers a team attack and kills them, he'll just die. So we just let Zeroken's clones die. In fact, if I don't mess this up, the only units dying in this will be the clones, which works quite well. Also, you can't really see it without me trying to steal, but the enemies on this map actually have surprisingly well thought out innocence on their equipment. Like, these all have, like, as well as having 5% HP recovery from one of the unique innocents, this has got, like, all the tanky innocents, so this takes, like, 10% less damage from everything, 20% less physical, 20% less magic. So, yeah, what we're going to be doing after we power up, kill the Blade Masters, kill the Skulls, just to make room, kill the Baals, kill the Bits. think Zetta is the one person on this map who's not going to be using his overload, because I don't need his overload, and having the base panel lifted up is actually going to get, well, it won't get in the way of the fight, it'll just get in the way of me seeing what I'm doing. So up with Zeroken. Overload. Move his shadows out of the way. Zeroken himself. Like, I'm intentionally having Zeroken use a healing item while he's on the base panel, because since he hasn't moved yet, I can still keep moving, like even after this, I can still keep moving him, because he's not, like, he hasn't fully completed his turn until he's finished moving, but I can keep moving him because I've started him on the base panel, so yeah, that'll turn out to be useful. So, yeah, I can just move them as much as I need. So the attackers go back in, and then I need to remember to use their overloads. Now let's just double check that things are working. Yep, okay. Overload. 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 Zetta doesn't need to overload. So we have 100% combo rate, well, team attack rate, 40% more damage from I won't lose. Assault attack will vary based on how much we move. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I forgot to point out. Everyone in, so all the units except for our 4 attack, except all the units except our attackers in the squad have the bodyguard's ability. Oh, actually, hang on. I could have had bodyguards on one more unit. I think I've messed up somewhere, but yeah, okay, so we've got 16 units in the squad with bodyguards. I think I could have had 17, I forgot it on someone. Rage charge is maxed, impact charge is maxed, unstable power. We lose some stats because of Evil Eye. We have 100% accuracy and, well, 100% evasion, except that Baal bypasses that anyway. Adell gets 200% more attack from his overload. Zetta gets 100% more from his unique ability. Okay, time to start killing. So let's start with those. So I want to remember to change equipment in a minute. So Priere in position, move the attackers around her, and then the Zerokens will just fill in the gaps around the attackers. Most of the weaker enemies we are going to drastically overkill. So, yeah, weak to wind and also weak to, well, guns and staves. So we have staves in the main hand. At this point, let's put on our Windblade War Axes. Right, axes are one of the weapons of choice here because for physical attacks, axes actually grant a slight bonus to critical damage. so you're equipped. You're equipped. This is just going to die horribly. Yeah, that was only 2 of the attacks. So let's kill the other one of those. I could do this more quickly, I'm just gonna be a bit careful not to mess this up. And partly because it is fun just trying to go all in on the damage. Hang on. Oops, yeah, I mispositioned Christo. Let's fix that right now. Everyone in position, yup. So yeah, Priere's stats are going to keep dropping every time he kills something, but it won't matter really, because the damage is basically all coming from Adell, Zetta, and Christo. And yeah, also because this lot are surrounded by, well, because they've got a load of units next to them that are helping boost their stats with Charismatic Novice, they're going to be at the for most of this fight. They're going to be stat capped. They won't be for the next set of enemies though, because Skulls are next. So for the Skulls, I'm actually going to have guns on 2 of the units, and I'm going to make up for the fact that Adell isn't getting to use fists by allowing him to use a fist for this. It'll all work out the same really. I don't need to buff any, I don't need to use any buff spells for this. But I do need to remember to unequip the elemental weapon, because the skull resists all non-star elements quite strongly. Likewise, when I finally get onto killing Baal, yeah, I don't want an elemental weapon for that. Okay, so going to swap weapon. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put the Zillion's Buster back on. Swap that for. And I'm only gonna give Adell back his Burning Blow. I actually can't remember if the critical bonus for axes works on the offhand. But I want the Zillion's Busters back for now anyway. Everyone else gets guns. So you're equipped. Okay. There, took a whopping 3 attacks to kill that one. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot more attacks required when it comes to everything else. Like, the few minions I'm killing are the easy bits. The Baals and the bits are gonna take a lot of hits to kill. Like, this is where having the combo maker comes into it. I don't think I ever actually need Final Blow in this, but it's there just in case. Also, this map is slightly oddly shaped. It's not complete. I mean, ignoring the fact that this bit's longer than everything else, it's not completely even. Yeah. Okay. Now, I have no particular preference for... yeah, I want X as a main for... But yeah, this is one of the... Oh, well, he's walking at max stats anyway, but this is one of the few times when you're going to see people not at max stats during the attacks. I guess this Baal can die next. Weapon... I'll change the weapons now. Weapons-wise, they can all just actually. For now, I'll put back on the Genesis ones. Yeah, they're gonna have Zillion's Buster as the main for this. So let's move him out of the way. So, there, there. Oops. Everyone's squeezing tight. Now, just double check that none of them have elemental equipment, because I do not want to make that mistake. Yeah, that took 5 attacks. So I'm only getting 4 from Never Give Up, so this is where either the final blow or the combo maker on the equipment matters. Now let's take out the rest of the Baals. Have I got everyone positioned correctly? Yeah. Okay, 2 out of 4 down. And then we get to the real bosses. And excuse me constantly rotating the camera. Hang on, 1, 2, 3. Losing track of where my Zerokens are. Oh, just to quickly point this out, couple of the bits have damage reducing abilities. So this one takes, well, it says more than 3 panels away, it's actually 3 or more. So you have to kill this either adjacent or 2 panels away if you don't want taking half damage. As it stands, all the attackers are going to be counted as 2 panels away, so that works fine. On the other hand, this takes half damage from adjacent enemies. Well, our main attackers will count as 2 panels away, so that is fine. I'll do the bits last, not only because it's a little more interesting just leaving the hardest enemies to last, but also because once I start killing the bits, the Zeroken clones are going to start dying, and that's that's a little bad because I like having them around to give a slight boost to their capabilities. In fact, not going to actually go through the attack here, but yeah, so Adell's at plus 835% attack. Also, that 10% damage, that plus 10% damage adjustment. Keep in mind that by default, Baal takes it's something like minus. I think by default he takes only 45% of the damage. Something like that, because of a combination of him being in revenge mode and him being in revenge mode, him resisting all weapons by 25%, and the ability that makes him take less damage because we're on 20 stars. I think he takes 45% of normal damage or something. So that 10% would normally be minus 55. So yeah, I'm not actually going to attack Baal there, but that just gives you some idea. And whereas we've got 710% with Zetta and 660 with Christo. So anyway, everyone's in position, right? Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's the Baal's dead. Okay. Now I'm going to intentionally... So I'm going to intentionally leave this as second to last. And I think this is the last one I want to kill, isn't it? Yeah. Because we have bonus damage. We've got... so this one is at least slightly weak to ice, and I can attack it from behind. Which means back attack bonus, all digger on at least one of the units, and also more assault attack. And this one's weak to ice anyway, because we have Watersport athlete, which is more water damage, so that can go last. So let's re-equip our wind axes a second. So that becomes wind warblade axe. Zillions and Warblade. Zillions and Warblade. Zillions and... Okay. Let me just double check. Yeah, we don't want Priere to be attacking that. Well, Priere can actually... What Priere will actually do is be next to it just to make some use out of this. But also because she still has Angel Song, so she can still buff stuff. So, okay, let's sacrifice this Zeroken clone. Let's just check. I think... So we're not going to sacrifice Zeroken himself, because we want to check that all the clones can reach behind that. Do they have to? Okay, I think we are fine. So go there. There. And this is where we're going to... So keep in mind, we have a leak for an extra attack from Combo Maker, Final Blow if it's needed, for a final attack if something's nearly dead, Hasty Rush for an extra attack on the first attack from that unit on the map, and all the Zeroken clones are going to die after their first, after they've finished attacking, so we don't need to keep track of that. Bullets set, they attack an additional time when a gun's equipped, on top of Never Give Up, which is going to give us 3 additional attacks anyway, because we're doing team attacks every time. This is going to matter because this is going to be a lot of attacks. There, that's one bit down. So this one next, I guess. So we go for Flame Club for Burner, which turns our attack's fire element, because we're attacking something that is weak to fire. So this Zeroken clone can be the next sacrifice. Again, Priere can sit next to something. The remaining Zerokens there. Okay. Stream is still working, isn't it? Yep. Okay, let's make absolutely sure the stream is working at this point. Okay, and then final weapon change. Crystal Axes for Freezer, because we want ice or water attacks now. This Zeroken clone can die. So I'm going to do this one. I actually want him here. 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 And that should be all the Zerokens left. I'm gonna check how strong are we. Pretty strong. Okay. But we have one boss left on the map. Not gonna kill her, by the way. I could if I want. I could have killed if I wanted. Not gonna bother. This lot. Yeah. So let's see. So non-elemental damage is halved with slight pain. Physical damage is halved. All our attacks are physical. Also, when she gets low HP, attack and defense is increased. Also, she has some of the same unique abilities on her equipment that the bits do for being more tanky. In a nutshell, no, not killing her. The Armor Knights would just tank us for well. It would be possible to kill them, except I think I'd actually have to use the Zeroken clones to do it, which is not what I want. So anyway, we have one bit left. And we still want the ice weapons, or water weapons, because this thing is weak to water. I'm going to go here because I think the minus defense matters more than a tiny bit more plus attack on those two. Okay, moment of truth. And that is Baal on Carnage Baal specifically on 20 stars, killed, no squad attack. Okay, yes, that was 399 million stat units and 2 other units with fairly well, one of them's got fairly good equipment, and both of them have like specific unique innocence, but and yeah. The MVPs, there is no third MVP because all of it was team attacks. It counts as Zeroken and Priere doing all the kills. And so yeah, after all that work, we get Great Baal Horn. You know, it's actually a pretty impressive weapon.